Mushrooms and Dragons. Season 2, The Ancient Gods, Part 2. In our previous episode, we introduced you to Immanuel Velikovsky and to his theories about the gods being the planets, and Saturn being the earliest of the planetary collisions during human recollection, causing the great deluge known as Noah's Flood approximately 10,000 years ago. A suggestion that the second planetary collision was caused by planet Mercury, and it was involved in the Tower of Babel catastrophe. I established a list for the names of planet Mercury that Velikovsky provided us. Mercury is a major god in Roman religion. He is the god of financial gain, commerce, eloquence, messages, communication, including divination. He also serves as the guide of the souls to the underworld and the messenger of the gods. Mercury, in particular, was reported as becoming extremely popular among the nations the Roman Empire conquered. Julius Caesar wrote of the Mercury being the most popular god in Britain and in Gaul. There's a list of Celtic and Germanic gods here, all connected to the name Mercurius. He is the planet Mercury, and his day is Wednesday. Our second name on the list is Hermes. Hermes is an Olympian deity in ancient Greek religion and mythology. He is the herald of the gods, considered the protector of the humans, and the conductor of souls into the afterlife. Scholars derive Hermes from Greek stone heap. Very interesting. Hermes' weapon was a harpy, which he killed Argos. It was also lent to Perseus to kill the Medusas or the Cetises. Argus was an Olympian who slayed the chthonic serpent-legged monster Echidna, and Argus had 100 eyes. The Egyptian god Thoth was identified by Greek speakers as the Egyptian form of Hermes. The two gods were worshipped as one god at the temple of Thoth, which was known as Hermopolis. An epithet of Thoth found in the temple of Esna, Thoth the Great, became applied to Hermes, which now we call him Hermes Trismegistus, the thrice great Hermes. A major component of Hermeticism is alchemy. Hermes was the teacher of all secret wisdoms. Hermes is the planet Mercury, and his day is Wednesday. Thoth is the third name on our list. Thoth is the ancient Egyptian deity. He is the god of wisdom and knowledge, writing, hieroglyphs, science, magic, art, and judgment. Thoth played a vital and prominent role in Egyptian mythology, such as maintaining the universe. Thoth served as the scribe of the gods. He is credited with making the calculations for the establishment of the heavens, the stars, the earth, and everything in them. They further claimed he was the true author of every work, of every branch of knowledge, human and divine. Egyptian mythology credits Thoth with the creation of the 365-day calendar. Thoth stood next to Ra on the nightly voyage across the sky. The Egyptian Book of the Dead is said to be the work of Thoth himself. Here we have an illustration of Thoth with a solar orb on a crescent moon. Thoth is the equivalent to Mercury. The fourth name on the list is Apollo. Apollo is one of the Olympian deities in classical Greek and Roman religion, He is the god of archery, music, dance, truth, prophecy, healing, and disease. Apollo is a god who could bring ill health and deadly plague with his arrows. In the 5th century BCE, Apollo became identified with the Greek Helios, the personification of the sun. In Latin texts, however, there was no conflation of Apollo with Sol, the sun. Apollo was the slayer of the monstrous serpent Python. Pella is an ancient Macedonian word meaning stone, and the stones played an important part in the cult of the god. Gaia, who is Earth, got into a conflict or a collision with Apollo and tried to banish Apollo to Tartarus for killing the Python. All right. Then Gaia started sending prophetic dreams to the humans. As a result, people stopped visiting the Delphi oracles. Apollo was crazy over this, and he went to Olympus and asked Zeus to do something about it. And Zeus granted his request and put an end to Earth's prophetic visions. During the Trojan War, Apollo sided with the Trojans. Apollo shot arrows infected with the plague into the Greek encampment. Apollo entered the battlefield as per his father's command, causing great terror to the enemy. With his war cry, he pushed the Greeks back and destroyed many of the soldiers. In this mythology, we find a possible link to the destruction of the Towers of Babel, where twin giants who decided to wage war upon the gods, they attempted to storm Mount Olympus by piling up the mountains and threatened to fill the sea with mountains and inundate dry land. They seek the hand of Hera and Artemis in marriage, and angered by this, Apollo killed them by shooting them with arrows. The Titans waged war against the gods. The Titans tried to climb Mount Olympus. Zeus, with the help of Apollo, Artemis, and Athena, defeated them and cast them into Tartarus. Apollo is the sun, but in antiquity, originally, Apollo was the planet Mercury, which tells me that the people became confused about which planet was which god. And that makes sense if you read the stories, and Apollo rained down arrows and hit us with plagues and all types of who knows what. So Apollo's symbols are the lyre, the python, and bow and arrows, as if he's going hunting. Number 5 on our list, Stilban. We found some classical literature quotes. The 5 stars, which may have been called wandering. The 5th star is Mercurius, Hermes, named Stilban. It's small and bright. Mercurius first established the months and perceived the courses of the constellations. The 7 planets were the 5 visible planets, the sun and the moon. Number 6, Enki. Enki is the Sumerian god of water, knowledge, crafts, and creation, and one of the Anunnaki. The planet Mercury, associated with the Babylonian Nabu, the son of Marduk, was, in Sumerian times, identified with Enki. In the Babylonian, Enuma Elish, Abzu is a dragon, and he threatens to destroy our world. The gods gather in terror. Enki promises to help to put Abzu to sleep, and he places him in Ker, but the universe is still threatened by Tiamat. The gods gather again in terror and turn to Enki for help, but Enki, who already put Abzu to sleep, went to sleep himself. Then Enki's mother asked him to wake up and to help them. So Enki wakes up, he advises them to create a servant for the gods, humankind, out of clay and blood. The gods decide to slay Kingu, who is a giant. Enki finally consents to use Kingu's blood to make the first human. Enki the god sets out in a boat to slay the dragon Kur. The dragon Kur defends itself by pelting the god Enki with rocks of many sizes and then sending waves after the boat. And in the end, Enki slays the dragon Kur. Number 7, Ea or Ea. Enki was also known as Ea in Akkadian, Assyrian, Babylonian religion. Ea, the Akkadian counterpart of Enki, was the god of ritual, purification, arts, sorcery, incantation. She was also the form-giving god and the patron of craftsmen and artists. In the Akkadian mythology, it was the father of the god Marduk. Number 8 on our list is Nebo. In Babylonian Assyrian pantheon, the god Nebo, in Akkadian Nabu, appears in the Code of Hammurabi in the early 2nd millennium BC as the son of the god Marduk. He's characterized as the divine scribe, the writer, and the bearer of the tablets of destiny. He is the patron of the scribal art and of human learning. Nebo is found in the Old Testament. The name Nebuchadnezzar actually derives from the word Nebo, and in the Bible, you hear him ask Nebo to protect the son in 21:2, Jeremiah, and then also you hear the name Nebo in 39:9, you hear the name Nebo in 39:13. Nebo wore a horned cap. He rode on a winged dragon known as Serush that originally belonged to his father Marduk. Nebo was identified with the planet Mercury. One more time, Nebo was the god of literacy, rational arts, scribes, and wisdom. He is the planet Mercury, and his equivalents are Hermes, Thoth, Odin. Next on the list, we have Odin. Odin is a widely revered god in Germanic paganism and Norse mythology. He is associated with wisdom, healing, death, royalty, the gallows, knowledge, war, battle, victory, sorcery, poetry, frenzy, and the runic alphabet. He was also known in Old English as Woden, and Old Saxon as Odin. Odin appears as the leader of the Wild Hunt, a ghostly procession of the dead through the winter sky. It sounds like flaming comets. He is associated with charms and other forms of magic, also known as alchemy. Odin takes part in the creation of the world by slaying a primordial giant being, and then he helps give life to the first 2 humans, and then he also provides them with the knowledge of runic writing and poetry. More than 170 names are recorded for Odin. Odin, the god with the most names among the Germanic peoples. The earliest records of the Germanic peoples were recorded by the Romans, and in these works, Odin is frequently referred to as the Roman god Mercury. Number 10, Hedai. Hedai, the black god of Chinese religion. one of the 5 forms of the highest deity. His planet is Mercury. His animal form is the black dragon, and his stellar animal is the tortoise snake. Hadai is the supreme god of heaven. The demon king ravaged the world, so the Jade Emperor appointed Hadai as the commander of the 12 heavenly legions to fight this evil. Hadai defeated the demon king and subsequently granted the title of mysterious, heavenly, highest deity. Hadai is the black god, Mercury. Number 11, we have Buddha. Buddha is the Sanskrit word for the planet Mercury. Buddha is the root word for Budhavara, or Wednesday, in the Hindu calendar. The word Wednesday in the Greco-Roman and other Indo-European calendars is also depicted to the planet Mercury, day of Odin. One more time, Buddha is the planet Mercury and his day is Wednesday, and here he's riding on a lion-faced dragon. The final name on our list, Krishna. Krishna is a major deity in Hinduism. He is the god of protection, compassion, tenderness, and love. In the Mahabharata, Krishna had hordes of various creatures that existed in his body, such as celestial serpents. Apparently, when Krishna was young, he was known for battling a serpent, a demon named Kamsa, and he was known for breaking pyramids open that were hung high in the air and spilling buttermilk all over the people below. Krishna, his day is Wednesday, and he rides the king of birds, Garuda. Throughout the Mahabharata, Garuda is a powerful warrior, swooping down on serpents and beating down on snakes. Here's an illustration of Garuda carrying Vishnu. So in episode 1, we gave you Saturn and all the different godly names that Saturn could be. Now in episode 2, we went to planet Mercury, and we gave you a bunch of different godly names that Mercury could be. And you guys could go down the rabbit hole and everything you know about these names and see if you could connect it to the planet. Have fun.